Going back to the old days, I forget if it was before or after Henry Africa's or during, there were some stories that you used to go downtown at Union Square, and I think you had a Cadillac Coupe de Ville or something, and you used to be out in front of I. Magnan's, Joseph Magnan's or whatever on Saturday, and you used to meet some nice clientele, or let's say future friends for the day. And also that times are tough, and I heard rumors that you always kept your spirits up and your quality up, and you even sometimes had to sleep in the back of your Cadillac Coupe de Ville. I mean, I don't know if this is rumor or how much of that is truth. You might comment.
This is in the late 60s. Yes, I was broke. Yes, I was sleeping in the same car with a worn-out Coupe de Ville was, on an army cot, and paying $10 a month rent, and going to the potty around the corner in the Shell gasoline station, and taking a shower in a cement laundry tub. Those were not the good old days.
And then the I. Magnans and meeting the young ladies shopping on Saturday.
Well, that came along a lot later when my billfold was fuller and things had brightened up a bit.
Now, if you would, give a message to all of those who would be smart enough to listen or appreciate it. Something you might give them from the heart, from your experience, that might make their life a little easier, or let's say a little smarter.
I don't know. Every once in a while I get a letter from an employee that I had 10 or 20 years ago, and they tell me that I was the biggest son of a bitch they knew when they worked for me, but yet that I had somehow made their life a lot more fuller and richer by following some of my edicts. I had a bunch of young fellows before I opened the Dartmouth Social Club up. They all came out here, and they had no place to go for Thanksgiving, so I had the cook come in and open up 2 or 3 days earlier, and I had a private dinner down there for them all. Hello, shut that off, please. Shut that off, please. Hello. Hey, shut it off.
That was the electric train that just started to show some of the
Yeah, well,
people
fuck
in the
them.
bar.
They could come back. Anyway, I invited this old Jew that I used to work for in to have dinner with us and to give us a few words. And this old Jew was a 5th grade dropout from Philadelphia, but when he died he had about $70 million. Not that money is the criteria for right or wrong or success or non-success, but whatever he did, it seemed to work. And so he gave a little speech before the dinner, and everybody had had a couple of 3 drinks, and there was 50, 60 people there, and he sort of milled around, talked to everyone, and he said, folks, he said, what I hear here, I don't like. He said, all I hear you young men talking about is the job that you can get and do the least, get the biggest perks, and can fuck off the most. He said, sir, gentlemen, this is not what made America. Your heads are in the wrong direction.
Very good, very good. And just summing up here, your legacy, as you would like to see it written, or your epitaph, or whatever, you've contributed, as far as most people are concerned, a lot to the city. But we'd like to hear it from you. What do you feel you've contributed? And just elaborate a little on that.
Well, I think that I made fornication much more socially acceptable than it used to be in the 50s and 60s. Whereas that if you did involve, or a girl were to involve in unwed sex, she was a tramp and no good and this and that, and maybe made people overall a bit more at least content or happy, maybe momentarily, but yet for the moment I think that I served a lot of I helped serve a lot of catharsis, or whatever you want to call them, for social problems that people had that were too inhibited or too shy to manifest themselves, and all at once everybody just sort of being themselves more.
And it was quite a place to hang out. I know that I used to go into Henry Africa's almost every night after work. I was in sales, and that was a place I took my clients to entertain them, my fellow salespeople, and also to meet and greet what's new on the street.
Well, all of you young going to be grooms or brides, I don't like to dampen your spirits on this wonderful new relationship you'll be going or are looking forward to going into. However, there's one thing that has been going on for many thousands of years, and that is people like variety, or at least different partners in their sexual desires. And marriage, folks, is not a normal situation. And even noted psychiatrist, a man and his wife wrote a book on how to remain or refrain from sexual infidelity while married. You know what? 10 years later, they even got divorced. And so I think the thing to do is when you see a good deal coming along the line, take advantage of it, because 20 years from now, you'll wish somebody to kick you in the butt with a sharp-toed boot and it had awakened you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Henry Africa, Norman Hopday. We really appreciate your time and enjoying the beautiful bar, and I think I'm going to have one of your beautiful fresh fruit daiquiris. This is Eric Harnew signing off.